Hi, I'm Paulk. It's Sunday morning, and I am planning on working on the smart wood shop today a bit later. I wanted to just give you a tip on how you can take your work, whether you're building houses or remodeling kitchens and baths or building decks. We all run into problems on every job. And as a professional, it's not your job to do things perfect and right every time. It's how you solve the problems that you're guaranteed to run into. I've been doing this in the remodeling and designing trailers and trucks and all of the creative aspects that I enjoy so much for a few decades now. And I have utilized the engineering, the measuring, the thinking hard, the critical thinking skills, and they work well and they've served me well. But as I've aged, as I've matured, as I've experienced many problems and solved them, I've learned to use the creative side. Now, as a lot of my subscribers know, I am a photographer. I am very interested in and passionate about wildlife photography, landscape photography, and particularly architectural photography. In that life, I need to be creative. I need to visualize where I'm at, the scene. There's an emotion, there's a feeling that I'm experiencing that's a lot more than just visual. But I'm challenged to capture that, all of that, the smells, the vision, what I hear, and how I'm feeling, and put it in a two-dimensional space. It is challenging, but it's very rewarding. So I've learned when I am putting a kitchen in and putting all those cabinets in, it's all about measuring and leveling and squaring and lining things up. But sometimes, and every time, there is a problem. Something comes up. It can be minor or major. And getting out the tape measure and the levels and all, that's all part of the process. But I've discovered that just stepping back in where I'm at in the space, and sometimes actually going for a walk away from the space and stop thinking about it. You know when you know somebody and they're in a different context, they're in a different place, and you just can't remember their name. And then 2 hours later, you're driving down the road, you haven't been thinking about them, and their name pops into your head. Your mind, your brain is so powerful, and we use such a little piece of it, and sometimes, and all the time, when we let go, our brains can work and solve problems in a very creative way. So I've come down here, I've discovered some problems. Now, Saturday, I took the day off from working down here because it was a good family day. My grandson turned 14, amazing. And at that age, they have their friends and their parties and their stayovers. And so our little kid days of doing little parties don't happen anymore. So what we do is we allow them each to pick a restaurant, and then we take the family there for lunch. And so yesterday, Kevin chose sushi. So we went to Zen Sushi up in Bellingham, kind with the conveyor, and had a wonderful time. At 14, he's just under 5'9", and I'm 5'10", so it was amazing when I gave him a hug yesterday, and I'm looking him right in the eye. You know, time flies. So anyway, yesterday was way more fun than being down in the shop. As much as I love working with wood, nothing beats being with the kids. So I had a whole day away doing other things, but the day before, Friday night, I'd worked all day down here, and then I had, at the end of the day, I left my cameras down here and went up to the house and did my afternoon, evening routine, had dinner, was all ready into the day, didn't have anything left to do other than just my relaxing time and getting on the computer and doing the things that I enjoy doing. And I decided to come down. The cameras both needed a firmware update, and also the discs were in the cameras, and I hadn't ingested the video. So I thought I'm going to run down here and grab the cameras. So I got down here, turned on the lights, and the cabinets were all stacked up here, kind of sort of assembled. And I decided, you know, I'm going to just load them, or at least some of them, into the trailer, the Smart Wood Shop, and just get a feel for how things are coming together. So I got a lot of the cabinets loaded in, and pretty happy with how everything is looking. It's coming together the way I had designed, the way I had visualized. But then I noticed first that this base cabinet is tied up against the wheel well, and it's sticking out a ½ inch. The bottom of the cabinet where the drawer will slide out, this ramp door, it's a thick, heavy ramp door, sticks up a little beyond the floor here. If I've got a drawer problem on this side, I've also got the drawer problem on this side. Just being in the space and just not thinking about the problems. Rather, I focused on how I'm going to use the trailer. I visualized getting the tools out, accessing things, where I might put things, just sort of visualizing the finished product, just enjoying the space, not worrying about the problem. And then I took the cameras and I went on back up to the house and worked on updating firmware and ingesting video and just totally different things, and just let this all go. And then the back part of my brain, the creative side, just worked on these issues and some other issues to do with height and the wire channel that I added, which created another issue. Bunch of little issues, little bugs. And I could just force my way and make things work, or just relax and realize that I want to make this the most efficient trailer that I've made, and it's worth backing up a little bit and solving the problems. So I've come up with solutions for everything. I'm pretty excited about them. Because of these problems, the finished trailer is going to be even better. And I'm excited about that, and I'm happy that I made these mistakes. And so as I build this trailer out, and as you see me solve these problems in the video series that I'm producing, I think you'll get to see how the creative process is actually much larger, much more powerful than just getting out the tape measure and the level and the pencil. And those things are great, and they work, and they give you the basic information you need. But in solving the problem, sometimes, all the time in fact, stop struggling with it, step back, do something else, think about something else. Even take lunch, take a break, get a cup of coffee, go on a walk, talk to somebody else, grab the phone that you've got a conversation that you want to have about something totally different. Just let your mind leave the problem, and you will find that it is absolutely amazing how the creative process will solve things. The thing that was stressing you, that was frustrating you, now becomes a creative opportunity that you can grow from, get excited about, and take your finished work to that next level. Being creative, allowing the creative part of you to come out and solve problems and take your work to the next level, to the stratosphere, is very difficult and very easy. It's difficult at first because you want to be that engineer. You want to take the tape measure and the calculator and the pencil, and you want to solve the problem. And so to try to be creative, you want to be creative the same way. You want to work and work and work at it. It's easy because actually it's when you stop doing all of that. Sure, you've collected all the data, and that's certainly important. But then the easy part, once you exercise it and learn how to do it, is just the stepping back, the taking a break, and allowing your brain, your mind, to work on solutions in the background. And while you're enjoying that cup of coffee or that conversation or that walk, the solution comes. I hope this tip on being creative is helpful to you. Look forward to the full series on building this smart wood shop from start to finish. And if you want a set of workbench plans to build the awesome rolling toolbox or one of the workbenches, click on the link right here in the video. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Have a great day.